Q103 is Albany's rock station. Morozic here. We've got some in-studio guests just checking in over here. A couple of the guys from Adrenaline Mob, which is a brand new band. We have Mike Portney, great drummer. He's been in a lot of stuff. We'll talk to him in a little bit now. And you're the singer guy. You're Russell Allen, is that right?
That is correct, sir.
And so tell me real quick, Adrenaline Mob, how long have you been around? Because it's just a couple months? Is that that's the feeling I get?
A couple days.
We've been around a couple days. We'll be here all week, though.
Today, believe it or not, today is our, what, fourth show?
Fourth show ever.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
And you already got the EP out now. I know you do Mob Rules on there. Is that, I saw a video which I actually posted on our website. I pimped out the blog, the interview that we're doing yesterday on our website, q103albany.com, and the only thing I could find on you guys was Mob Rules live in New York City. And is that the same version that's on your EP?
The EP version is the studio version of that song, so it's slightly different. Of course, it's not the live version, but yeah, that was the first thing we got out, and the response to that video has been incredible.
So when was that from? When did you shoot that live one?
We did like an unveiling show in June. Just a one-off, and that's where that footage came from. And then we weren't actually even supposed to be here. We got offered the Godsmack tour this month, so we're actually out with Godsmack and then filling in the dates with our own shows. So in order to coincide with this, we put out this EP just to get the music out there. But the full length will be out at the beginning of the next year.
Oh, okay, a full length then. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny you say you're going on with Godsmack because they're doing our Corruption Festival tomorrow.
Yeah. That's why we're here. We're filling in the dates. We're not doing the one tomorrow, but we'll be with them Saturday and beyond that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
This all filled in so quickly, and like the band's been fast tracked, so we couldn't get involved in that. It was just not enough time, and so but that's why we put the EP out, and so here we are.
It's just a taste. The EP is just a taste of what's to come with the full length, but we wanted to get it out just so we could do these dates and people can hear
Have something,
get a taste of the mob,
Yeah.
So Mike Portney, everyone knows, well, most people know you from Dream Theater. Many years. That was kind of like your baby, would you say? Half your baby?
I would say, yeah, absolutely.
It was your baby, and then...
Yeah, it was my sperm, and then I raised it, so yeah. And I've now handed it off to to a new stepfather, but yeah.
And then you've also done a little time with Avenged Sevenfold as well, filling in there. And then you also have another project in the works besides this one. Is that with Steve Morse? I was reading something. Is that true or not true?
Yeah, me and Steve Morse and Neil Morse and Dave LaRue and Casey McPherson, we have an album coming out as well.
What's that called?
We haven't announced the name yet, but it's all coming soon. And that's a little bit more of a progressive thing, poppy alternative thing, whereas Adrenaline Mob is full on metal, hard rock, so feeling my oats. I've been a married man with Dream Theater, married to Dream Theater for 25 years, so I'm now like a newly single guy that's out there and just feeling my musical.
I'm his hot new sexy thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy sometimes when I interview a band and then they say something like, "Yeah, I've been in this band for 25 years," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I've been hearing these bands for 25 years."
Yeah.
And it makes me realize that I'm getting old.
We're all going down together. But when I was with Avenged last year, those guys are all like in their 20s, so they gave me a shot of youth,
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
To start the mob.
Yeah.
Adrenaline Mob playing tonight over at Northern Lights. I think it's $15 to get in. We also have Selfish Needy Creatures is on the bill. They're a local band. They actually won this contest that we had that's going to be playing our big show tomorrow as well. So let's give folks a little taste of what we got. We're going to do Believe Me. Is that right?
Yeah.
Believe Me. It's Adrenaline Mob. It's Q103 and it rocks.
Okay, cool.
See, Russ was Symphony X went out with Dream Theater on a couple tours years ago, and I would just watch Symphony X every night, and Russ was like the ultimate singer. His voice is just—he's a modern-day Dio, I think.
It's very powerful. Yeah, I heard the Dio part come out when you did Mob Rules, and then this time in that last song we just played, "Believe Me," I heard more. I'm not sure who else I heard. Who else are your influences?
I'll tell you from my perspective, from a listener's perspective, he's a chameleon. He's got the power of Dio. He's got the melody of like a Steve Walsh, and then the sexiness of a Coverdale. I mean, this is the ultimate voice, and he could also like really belt out like a Rob Zombie vibe as well. At least a man of many voices.
Yeah, I'm a man of many voices. So I love it all. When you're young, you start getting all that, and you're emulating. Like Ian Gillan, for example. Bruce Dickinson, Dio, Plant. all of the, I'm kind of like a child from the 70s myself, but even though I was really, really young, I was a little before my time.
Right.
But all the power vocals of that time really, really hit me, and I emulated. And then after a while, I stopped emulating, and now it just comes out. You know, it's all in there. I don't know what flavor, you know, comes out, but all the influences are in the pot in there.
Now, do you have a trick that keep your voice sounding that powerful all night long?
A lot of drugs and yeah. So no, I just drink water and try and stay healthy, and you know, I golf. And I get out and exercise, and you know.
What kind of golfer are you? What's your range? What do you shoot?
I shoot in the low 90s, high 80s. So you know,
high
average.
80s too. Awesome,
Yeah.
good for you. Nice. And Mike, do you golf as well?
No, I only golfed for the first time when I was out with Avenged Sevenfold, because M Shadows was a manic golfer. So
Oh, really?
I would go with him, but I haven't gone with Russ yet. He hasn't got me to get out of my bunk yet.
I really want to see Michael stroke. You know, because I hear he's really good with his putter, and I'm dying to see it. So.
Mike Porty, I guess get the feeling that you're so busy playing music all the time that you're just all music 24/7. Would I be right?
Correct.
You don't really not many outside extracurricular activities, just music. All the
No,
time.
well, music and movies, anything that consists of me being able to sit and do nothing. You know, that's why I became a drummer. Most people say, "Well, I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, and I knew I wanted to be a drummer." I saw the Beatles and said, I like that guy sitting. I want to do the job of the guy that gets to sit the whole time. So that's why I became a drummer.
Well, I've never seen you perform, but do you make a lot of funny faces when you're playing drums?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
one of those guys? Because
Yes.
I was watching some of the Foo Fighters last night. It was their concert from Wembley, and also part of their documentary back and forth.
That's a great DVD.
And Taylor, you know,
Taylor's awesome.
he's always looking like he's really, really mad.
I've got a horrible spitting habit on stage, believe it or not.
You do?
Yeah, I've been coined the llama. And actually, in Dream Theater, John Petrucci used to have to cover his amps with spit shields.
Now, is it just accidental spit, or is it you're huffing up lungies?
It's just a reflex, but it's full on phlegm.
It's
yeah.
sort of Zach Wilde lungies.
Yeah.
I've seen
We're
those
thinking of
before.
putting a target on over my left shoulder that I could actually aim at, and like a little spittoon or something like
Or
that.
one of those mob silhouettes, you know, with the target thing on it that the cops shoot at, you know, whatever those target things. He can
The llama will just be aiming
Yeah.
in.
Or how about a spittoon?
Yeah.
Adrenaline Mob playing tonight. Do you know what time you're actually playing this evening? Does anybody know? There's your manager.
9:45.
9:45, they say. All right, and Selfish Needy Creatures. There's one more band on the bill. Does anybody know who it is? If not, okay, well, we'll try to figure that out later. Let's play another one of your tunes. All right, so you want to do one more of your tunes, or you Down to the Floor? Is that what we're going to do?
Sure, let's do that.
No
one.
naughty words, right? It's pretty clean?
No, it's pretty clean.
All right.
There's just a lot of words. So, you know.
A lot of pretty clean words. It's Down to the Floor. Adrenaline Mob here at Q103 Albany's Rock Station.
Final chord with some feedback.
With some feedback, you can tweet it if you want. Talk over the last chord. You'll stick it on. Here it comes. Okay.
Q103?
Make some feedback.
Albany's Rock Station, Adrenaline Mob, here in the studio playing tonight at Northern Lights. That was Down to
How do
the
you
Floor.
follow up that with this jazzy crap in the background?
Jazzy crap. This is the Bombastic Meat Bats with Chad
it's
Smith.
Chad's
thing,
Yeah,
okay.
it's great stuff.
All right,
You don't
sorry,
like it?
Chad. No, I'm good friends with Chad. So sorry, bro. Didn't realize that was you.
Actually, this is usually like my goodnight music, the last break of the day or whatever. But it just felt right after that for some reason. And I'm sorry for butchering the beginning of your song there. As I've mentioned, I really dig the version of Mob Rules. It was inevitable that I wanted to play a little bit of it, I guess.
Well, people got a 2-second teaser of it there.
Yeah.
Come hear the real thing live tonight.
Sure.
So you have 5 songs in the EP. How many tunes are you actually going to play this evening? Are you going to jam out some other covers? Do you have other new stuff you're working on? What are we going to hear?
We pretty much play the entire full-length album that'll be coming out at the
Oh.
beginning of the year. So we play pretty much all the tunes we got for that, which is including the EP stuff, and some covers to fill out the set.
Nice.
Some really cool covers that
Yeah.
you would just go crazy for?
Yeah, you're not going to tell us?
I'm not going to tell you.
Russell Allen is the lead vocalist from Symphony X for Adrenaline Mob. Mike Portney on the drums, done the Dream Theater. He's done filled in with Avenged Sevenfold for a while. How was that? Would you go and do that again with Avenged Sevenfold? Did you have a great time doing that?
It was a good time, man. You know, it was their fans are awesome, and they were really cool to me. You know, welcoming me to the family, and it was a good tour, a good time. You know.
I also, when I was looking you up last night online, I see you did quite a few tributes. You've done Beatles tribute, Zeppelin tribute, Who tribute,
Yeah.
A lot of stuff with Paul Gilbert. Hammer of the Gods. You were in that Zeppelin tribute?
Well, that was my Hammer of the Gods. I guess there's probably hundreds of Hammer of the Gods throughout the world, but yeah, me and Paul Gilbert.
Because we had one come to the Egg here in Albany.
That wouldn't be me and
It
Paul.
wasn't you?
Me and
Oh,
Paul
okay.
basically just did it in New York and Montreal. But me and Paul have these 4 different tribute bands, and he's my musical jukebox brother. You know, he like I is just a walking musical encyclopedia, and he could, you know, at any moment play any song on guitar. So we've put these tribute bands together just for the fun of it. And,
I'm more of a musical pamphlet.
do you still do the tributes?
yeah, Paul and I did the Beatles one earlier this year, and he's out with Mr. Big right now. But,
Right,
you know, at any given moment when both of us have holes in our schedules, we fill it up with these fun tributes.
Yeah, that must be great, man. Because I've seen a lot of these guys in Clinic that you've performed with, Paul Gilbert in Clinic and Billy Sheehan, and well, you probably, I don't know, do you know Rod Morgenstern? Did you ever
Oh, yeah,
play with?
I
I
know.
mean, you know him, but
Of course, Rod's a good buddy. Rod, I had the Dixie Dregs out with Dream Theater years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And Rod has played with a couple of the guys in Dream Theater and side projects, so he's definitely an old friend that has mixed and matched with my world in many different places.
he was really funny because when I saw him, he was in Winger at the
Uh-huh.
time, and he was telling him how Kip Winger was telling him how it was because, you know, Rod Morgenstein had only been to his Dixie Dreg shows were just, they were dudes. It was just
Yeah.
dudes who went to the shows and that was it. And Kip's like, man, we got to get chicks at our shows. You got to cut your sleeves off.
Yeah.
You got to do this, that. And you're going to put a bandana on. And he's like, I don't get any of this.
Dude, this was my world, you know, 25 years playing the guys with Dream Theater, and then I went out with Avenged Sevenfold, and it's all like, you know, teenage girls, so it was definitely a similar experience, for sure, you know.
I'm having a similar revelation because it's the same thing with Symphony X. You know, it's all guys. You know, all guys all the time.
Right?
But
Sausage Fest,
yeah.
2011.
But actually, with the first Godsmack show we just played the other night, the audience, you know, it's majority of them are female. That's a pretty good mix, but they're all on the floor up there. You know, it's just wow, that was cool.
That was cool. All right, well, when do we expect your full-length CD to come out?
Beginning of the next year,
Yep.
you know.
Beginning of next year, first quarter, any January, February, somewhere in there.
All right. Adrenaline Mob, Mike Portney, Russell Allen, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm going to try and check some of this out tonight because it really sounds sick, and I even saw the live bit. You can see that at q103lv.com, so I sense that it's not something that just sounds good on the record. It's a real kick in the ass.
The Mob's for real. It's the real deal, man.
Yeah. All right, thanks for coming by. Check them out tonight, Northern Lights. Again, we have our Q-Ruption artists, our local guys, Selfish Needy Creatures opening up the show, and we'll be back with some more stuff right here on the Q.
Thanks,
baby.
man.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you.